4. A cat to remember. Meow, meow. The weak cry came from the drain. Yusuf saw a kitten, thin, grey, very dirty, and very wet. He picked it up.
Poor little kitten, come, I'll take you home.
Yusuf's mother was unhappy. Yusuf, we will be moving to a smaller house now. We can't take cats with us. We already have 3 of them. Yusuf fed and cleaned the kitten. He named her Shiny. Shiny grew into a handsome snow-white creature with long silky hair and a straight bushy tail and beautiful blue eyes. The family was excited when Shiny was going to be a mother. They often talked of the kittens she was going to have. They still had to find homes for Shiny and the other cats before they moved into the flat. Yusuf wanted to cry and scream. How could they take Shiny away from him? He could not sleep that night. Shiny crawled into his bed as if she knew she had to leave him.
You be good now, Shiny, and go to your shed.
Shiny looked at him and walked towards the shed. Yusuf had an idea. He would hide Shiny in his grandmother's old vacant house. Yusuf cleaned the shed near the old house. He stored a box full of food there, and in one corner he made a bed of straw and old clothes. Meanwhile, the family was getting ready to move into the new flat. Father will be taking Shiny to the SPCA, the animal care shelter, on Tuesday afternoon. On Tuesday morning, Yusuf quietly took Shiny to her new home and made her comfortable there. Yusuf reached home in time to move to the new flat. Well, Yusuf, as soon as we are ready, we'll take Shiny to the SPCA. Bring the cloth she sleeps on so she can settle down in her new home. But where was Shiny? Yusuf's sister, Tina, and his parents began to look for her all over the house. After some time, Father said, "It's no use. I'll call the SPCA and tell them that we are not bringing our cat." Tina was upset. What will we do if we don't find her before we move? She doesn't know our new home.
Don't worry. She is sure to come back here. I'll come every day to see if she has returned.
The family was busy in the new flat, so they didn't think about Shiny. When they sat down for dinner, Yusuf remembered Shiny. He took milk and food to her every day.
Shiny will soon be having her babies. I hope she's okay.
A few days later, Yusuf opened the door of Shiny's shed and found her lying in a corner licking her 3 little kittens. They looked so thin and weak. Shiny lapped up all the milk Yusuf had brought for her. At school, Yusuf was upset. He kept thinking of Shiny and her kittens. His teacher had to tell him to pay attention to what was going on in the class. After school, she said, "Yusuf, please wait. I need to talk to you." When all the children had gone, she said, "Come here, Yusuf. Tell me what's wrong. Do you miss your old house?" Yusuf began to cry. "I'm worried about my cat," he said. "You are my best student, Yusuf, and I'm worried about you." Yusuf reached home late that day, and his parents asked him why. He told them his teacher wanted to speak to him after school.
My teacher said I looked sad. I told us I was worried about Shiny.
I'm doing everything I can to find her. She must be getting food from somewhere. Otherwise, she would have come home.
Dad, Shiny is at grandmother's old house. I put her there. I've been looking after her there.
Father was angry. Yusuf felt better because he had told his family his secret. The family went to see Shiny and her kittens. Shiny saw all of them and purred. She was so happy. "Dad, can't we keep one of the kittens?"
No, Tina, but we'll look after them till I find a home for them.
The kittens were as beautiful as their mother. Father found homes for Shiny and for each of the kittens. That day, Yusuf was very sad. He roamed around and returned home in the evening. He stood still in the doorway of his room and stared. Then he gave a shout of joy. There on the wall hung a huge, life-sized framed photograph of Shiny and her 3 kittens. At the back of the picture were the addresses of the cats' new homes. Yusuf could visit them whenever he liked, and in the meantime there was always the lovely picture to remind him of Shiny and her kitten.